Hello soulmates, welcome and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time coming across my channel, my name is Shoma. You're very much welcome. Please do not make it your last. Hit on the subscribe button. Also do not forget to turn your bell notification on so that whenever I post a video you get notified. So in today's tutorial I'll be learning how to cut and sew a beautiful shift gown. Okay, and these are the materials and measurements that you'll be needing for this tutorial. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to fold my fabric into four. I'm going to fold both back and the front piece together, okay, because I will be cutting the both of them together. The next thing I'm going to do is to mark out the gown length of this and then the shoulder line. So from that shoulder line I'm going to mark out my neckline. I'm going to go in with 3 inches and come down with 1 inch, which is going to be for the back neckline. Okay, so I'm going ahead and connect the 2 dots like this. So the next thing you're going to do is to divide your shoulder measurement by 2. I'm going to mark it out here, okay, and then from that shoulder measurement I'm going to mark my sleeve length just like this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to come down from that shoulder measurement with 1 inch, which is going to serve as the shoulder slope. Then I'll connect it back to the neckline. After you are done connecting that, the next thing I'm going to do is to divide my sleeve band measurement by 2. I'm going to mark it out and add extra 2 inches, extra 1 inch allowance for the sewing. Okay, and that line automatically becomes my chest line. Then connect the 2 dots like this and then mark out the chest line. Okay, so on this chest line I'm going to use the biggest part of my body, which is the hip line. I'm going to divide it by 4 and I'll add extra 2 or 3 inches allowance. Okay, so if your bust measurement is the biggest part of your body, you can also use your bust round measurement divided by 4, okay, and add your extra allowance. Then you're going to take it down to the gown length measurement. Whatever you have there is what you're going to take down to the gown length measurement. Okay, perfect. So the next thing I'm going to do is to mark out the neckline for the front piece. I'm going to come down by 7 inches, come down with 7 inches, and I'm going to connect it in a V shape. Okay, just as you can see me doing like this. Use your ruler please and then connect it in a V shape like this. That is if you want to have a V neckline. If you don't want to have a V neckline, you can also decide on the type of neckline that you want to have. So at the initial time, my initial plan was to add extra, leave that 2 inches that I'm adding right now for the sleeve because I'll be putting band on this. But after everything I decided to complete it so that when I want to put my band I'm going to sew and top stitch on the main fabric. Okay, then after that I'll go ahead and cut. You are going to cut the back neckline first, then after you are done cutting it, put one out and then cut the front piece neckline. So I'm going to arrange it very well and then cut the front neckline. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring out my doll face fabric for the facing of the front. Okay, for the front facing I'm going to place it and then cut out. When you are done cutting it out, you can decide on what design that you want your own to be. Okay, you can give it any design, just be creative. Just try and be creative here. Give your own any choice of design that you want. Okay, just as you can see me doing like this. If you still want to use my own design, perfect and fine. Watch me closely so that you get to understand what I'm doing. So I'm done cutting it out and then I'm going to also cut the back facing as well. So I'm going to fold the fabric and then I'm going to cut the neckline like this, and after that I'm going to come down by 3 inches and connect it back to the shoulder slope. Okay, so for the pocket, I'm going to fold and fold again because I want to cut the both of the pocket together, then place my palm on top of it and cut. Make sure you cut it very well so that the both side will be equal. Okay, then when I open it up, you will notice that I have 4 pieces here, that is one for the other part and one for the other part. Then it's now time to put down the gum stay. Okay, to gum the gum stay on the front piece, on the front neckline design, that it's front facing. Yes, so please iron very well. Okay, then you are going to also repeat the same thing on the back facing. Okay, and after that I'm going to put the 2 pieces together, which is the front and the back piece together, and I'm going to I'll come down from that shoulder line with my half length, because that is where the pocket is going to start. Okay, and then I'm going to notch it out so that by the time I'll be putting the pocket, I'll know exactly the place to place it. Okay, so I'm going to bring out the back facing and I'm going to sew it. Make sure that the right side is facing the right side, and then after sewing it, you can also notch and turn to the back piece. Then the pocket, go ahead and place the pocket starting from that place that we notched earlier. So for the front facing, I'm going to notch the 2 sides like this. Okay, and then I'm going to use my hot iron to fold the edges, just as you can see me doing. And after I'm done folding it, this is what I have. Okay, so this is the front piece. I'm going to bring it out and I'm going to place the facing at the from the back piece. Okay, from the back side, the wrong side of the fabric, and I'm going to make sure that the right side of the facing is facing the wrong side of the fabric. And I'm going to first of all sew the neckline, then attach my my pocket, just as you can see me doing. So after I'm done sewing it, this is what I have. You can see how fine and beautiful it came out. So I'm going to notch it out, notch very well, and please be careful so that you won't get to cut the same line. So after notching it out, I'm also going to give it a nice press. Okay, turn it over and give it a very nice press. Just as you can see me doing now, give it a nice press, and then the next thing I'm going to do, I'll come back and show you guys the next step to I don't know what they used to call this thing. Is the woman told me that it's fringy, so but I don't know if that's the main name of this thing. Please, if you know the name of this thing, because I really want to know it, just write it down in the comment section. Okay, please, you got to help a sister, and then I'll move over to my sewing machine now to sew it round. Okay, then I'm going to place that in at the center of this piece. Okay, then when I'm sewing it, I'll sew on top of it, okay, to hold it down. So I'm done sewing the back piece, and I'll also go ahead and notch and iron it very well. Then the next thing I did was to move over to my weaving machine to weave the edges, okay, because I don't want any line to show, any sewing line to show from that back piece. So I use my gum stay, hemming gum, yes, to gum it down, okay. So press it very well so that it will be nice and neat. You have a nice and neat finishing, okay. So after that, it's now time to join the band for the downside, that is to complete the length of this gown. Remember that I removed about 2 inches from the gown length. Please, I forgot to tell you guys this. So I'll be using this band to complete the length, okay. So I have about 2.5 inches on fold, okay. After I'm done sewing it, I'll end up having 2 inches for it, which is the total length of the gown. Then after you're done sewing it, I also went ahead to serge the rough edges, okay, and then give it a nice press. I also repeat the same thing on the back piece, just as you can see. Then the next thing I'm going to do now is to join the back and the front piece together, okay. First of all, I'm going to join the shoulder, and after I'm done joining the shoulders, I'll also come back to show you guys the next thing. So here I want to cut out the band for the sleeve, okay. I want to cut about 2.5 inches on fold, and then after I'm done cutting it, I also went ahead to gum it down with gum stay, okay. Please always remember to give it a nice press, because you really need to have a nice and neat finishing, right? And then this is the shoulder line that I've already gone ahead to sew to join them together. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and give it a nice press. Please, if you are sewing, please, that is one thing you will also learn from me. Whenever you are sewing, please always remember to iron your work so that you end up having a neat finishing, okay. So now I'm going to attach the band to the sleeve, okay. I'll be sewing from the inside part. I'll be sewing from the inside, that is the wrong side of the fabric, and after I'm done sewing this part, I will turn it up to the right side and top stitch it, okay. That is what I was trying to explain to you guys at the initial time, right? So I'm going to place it on this part, then after sewing I'll turn it up like this, okay. And then for this side I'll also repeat the same thing. So after I'm done sewing it, I'll turn it up to the right side and top stitch it. So you're going to see it when I'm done doing that, okay. So this is what I have after I'm done with it. You can see it's very nice and neat. Always remember to iron your work. So after that, the next thing I went ahead to do is to close it up, okay, just to join the two of them together and then close the side. So when you get to the pocket size, you're just going to sew it like this, okay, and then continue until you get down to the last part of the dress, okay. And you also repeat the same thing on this side. And here is the front view. You can see it's very fine and beautiful. So after everything, I'm going to give it a nice press, okay. So, and I don't have my button here because I wanted to put button, but when I buy one, I'm going to fix like 4 pieces of it here, okay, just to beautify it more. Okay, so and you can see our fringe is very fine and beautiful. Okay, so here we have the pockets, you can see. So this is very fine, guys, it's very beautiful. And then the band, this is the band. So if you recreate this my style, please do not forget to let me know and share it with me. Okay, so that is it. So please always remember to give our video a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, hit on that subscription button. Also do not forget to turn your bell notifications on so that whenever I post a video you get notified. So thank you so very much for watching my video. Thank you for always coming back to watch my video. I love you guys so much and may God bless you. So I'm going to see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.